My name is Donna Gonzalez. I am a jiu-jitsu, women's self-defense, and empowerment coach. I think the world is a better place when badass women are doing badass things. One of my favorite quotes is, "Well-behaved women rarely make history." I couldn't agree more. So, I'm talking to the misbehaved ones. I hope you like it. Paige, thank you so much for meeting with me today. And you brought your hype woman. Who is it? Why don't you introduce her?
This is my hype girl, my best friend, my training partner, Rana.
Woo! Thank you for joining us
What's
today.
up? Of course.
Okay, so today is all about Paige, but Rana, we're gonna have you on in the future. So, Paige, was just asking you, what last name do you go by? And you have a new last name because you just got married.
I did. After 8 years of being with Sloan Climber, I am now a climber.
Congratulations.
So thank you so much. But I still go by Paige Ivette.
Yeah.
I love it.
Would you call that your
It does-
stage name?
I guess, yeah. It's
Yeah.
so easy. Just Paigey.
I mean,
Like people call me Paigey, and so Paige Ivette works.
Paigey.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. How long you are a professional jujitsu athlete. Is that what you would call yourself, or a competitor? How would you describe the work you do?
Yeah, I'm a pro athlete.
Yeah. Isn't that
That's what
cool that our sport has finally come to a place where people can be pro, like, they're like, "Oh, yeah, this is my career."
Yeah, I mean, it took a while because when I first started, I honestly thought that people were getting paid more than what they actually were.
Mhm.
And so, but now that I'm a black belt and I am like at the height of my career right now, it's only getting better. So I'm just really excited for the opportunities as well as for my training partners, the people that I'm helping build up. Like the sky's the limit right now. We're so fortunate.
Yeah. How long have you been doing jujitsu?
9 years in October.
9 years in October. And
Mhm.
at what point did you start making money doing jujitsu? Like, at one point where you're like, "Oh, like, this is paying some bills."
When I just had like the who's number one match.
That's not that long ago.
Yeah, I know, in February, but it was because before that, or even I made some real money at ADCC. Like I won, like I think it was 1,000 or for winning the absolute.
Yeah.
I think it was a
That
thousand
was
or two
it?
thousand.
Girl, what?
Yeah, but hey, that's an open, and you have to pay to sign up.
Yeah.
So then once I went on to who's number one, I made a couple G's from fighting Rafaela as well. So then after like getting a taste of that, it only makes sense to like compete on the best stages, but then get paid
Yeah, for sure.
because it's a lot like doing other fight promotions and having to pay your entry, pay for hotel travel. It just adds up.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
think it's possible? I know it's possible, but do you think, like, in the next couple years, women are going to be able to live off of just being competitors?
I hope so. I mean, that is the main goal.
Mhm.
I feel like that's what a lot of women are striving for when they're coming up through the ranks. But it's just you have to kind of have something about you. You can't just be good at jujitsu. You have to have like an extra like thing that you bring to the table. Something
Mm.
like it's your energy or you're building your teammates up. It's like people you want to be someone that people want to watch.
Rano, what is
Right.
Paige's thing? What's the thing? I know what I think her
I
thing is, but
mean,
what do you think her thing is?
I feel like the Who's Number One really how much fun she has out there in her speech after and at the press conference too, just getting as many girls and as many people into jiu-jitsu and just spreading like the positivity side of it instead of like we're fighting each
Yeah.
other and it's like this negative thing. It's she welcomes you with open arms and it's just a different perspective of jiu-jitsu that I think Paige really embodies, which has made me love jujitsu even more training with her every day.
Yeah. Did you start off as her student?
So I used to train at or I still do, but my dad owns a gym and it had a fire in the sauna. And my dad and Sloan, Paige's husband, trained together for I don't know how long, but they knew each other. And when the gym burned down, I didn't have anywhere to train. And so my dad's like, you should just go up and try Legion. And then I had met Paige one time before and I knew I like watched her videos and I knew she was a badass. But
Yep.
um I went up to try one of the classes, one of Sloane's classes, and then we just met each other, and then now we train together every day.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Paige, I
Like
think
I honestly, like, let me tell you, like, Ran has been the missing piece on the mat, because like I used to fall into that. Like, we're going into jujitsu and we're fighting, and we got to be like, I'm so mad I'm here, and I'm gonna use my training partners, and I'm gonna kill him, you know. And like, but then when I see Rana, she's just always smiling.
yeah.
She's like, even when she's like watching technique, she's like,
She's like, I'm just
it's
happy to
hard
be
to,
here.
dude, I know, and it's hard to like be like that. Like, you don't want to be negative,
Yeah,
you know. Even though we're fighting, so it's just like having her around has definitely shaped and like helped build my energy into what it is now. You know, I've always been very loving to people, but I did fall into like, okay, we're fighting. I would just meditate a lot. I would like kind of quiet myself, like breathe. But with Rana around, it's been like, let's speak life into each other. Even our opponents, like, we know we're all badass. We know we can all beat each other up. It's just like, who's going to be faster? And then just being happy about the outcome as well. Like, regardless of who wins or who
yeah.
loses, we're both doing it together.
I love that. I'm friends with almost every woman I've ever competed against. That's the thing I love
Yeah.
about it. It's like we're all just there's so few women, and I don't want to say that we're a small percentage of the sport. We're growing, but we are in the sport, and so I've always been like girls team.
Yeah.
Like we're all on the girls team.
Oh my gosh, you have to. That's the only way that women will stay, unless they like find a man, you know, on the mat, and then they're like, okay, I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah,
Or even
they,
to
you know.
get girls into jujitsu too. Like Paige and I have been talking recently about promoting ourselves as like a group, just because when you watch videos of girls online, it's you see more of the individual, and maybe when you haven't done jujitsu before, that can seem a little bit intimidating of, oh shit, they're like this
yeah,
badass individual. But like Paige and I really just want to show like how much fun we're having while we're still training super hard and still beating each other up. But like it's never super angry or a bad time. We're all just like
for sure.
hanging out.
No, we're like happy if the other person taps us, you
Totally.
know. That's
Oh yeah,
because it's like, she's doing it right. I'm gonna get that
yeah,
energy. I'm learning
Hmm.
from her, you know. And it doesn't matter. Like, Rana's been training since she was a child. She's like, she grew up on a mat. Okay, so
well, I have
it's been,
I've been thinking about questions for both of you. So I have a question for you. Who started jujitsu first? You or Sloan? Sloan. And then you started doing jujitsu.
yeah.
Have even at the level that you're at now, right? And you are at the top echelon of no-gi jujitsu. Do you ever experience being Sloane's wife or being Sloane's girlfriend as opposed to being a standalone person, athlete?
Yeah, like that, the duality of that is so crazy. Like,
Mhm.
trying to find, because Sloan, hey, now that he's pursuing MMA, we were a unit, like a pair. We
Mm,
would always compete at the same competitions, but now that his focus is on MMA, now it's really on me. Like, now it's like, okay, like, there's a reason why we went at and we kept my name Paige Ivette.
yeah.
Now people are going to know me as that, but you know, he's been my coach since the first competition I ever had. He was there when Boogeyman told me not to do an in-house blue belt tournament, and I wanted to do MMA, and so I was like, I need as much as experience as I can get. And then Sloan, you know, my coach, he told me not to do it. Sloan saw me right after the match, and I'm crying off to the side, and he's, dude, don't worry, this is the first of many.
Yeah.
You're not even going to remember this day. And so, you know, he is definitely like my emotional support, but then I'm also there for him too with when it comes to MMA. Like, MMA is a whole nother breed.
Mhm.
That's why jujitsu is not even that serious, because once you know someone that fights and you love them and you worry about them, then jujitsu is like playing tic tac toe. It's so easy,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah, nobody's trying to punch
Yeah,
you in the face.
yeah, you can die. Like, that's what's, you know. So it's, jujitsu is really not that
I
serious.
hear you. Rana,
Yeah.
do you feel like you have to or that you are in the process of kind of finding your own identity because your dad's kind of famous and but you are your own athlete, right? So do you feel like you are trying to find your own identity in that world?
So I was obviously forced to train jujitsu when I was a kid because my dad thinks it's amazing, which I agree now.
I love that
But
you were
when
like,
I
my
was
dad made
younger,
me do
I
it.
like didn't agree because I was like, this sucks. But I feel like I've already found my identity because I restarted jujitsu when I was in college and I didn't tell like my family that I was going to train jujitsu. I just looked up a jujitsu gym near me and went there like to a class, and I remembered stuff, but I kind of was starting from scratch. And like I didn't have my dad being like, okay, you need to go train today, you need to go train today. Like I was just bringing myself to train and then training twice a day because I liked it so much. And so I think like at first I had a bad rep with jujitsu like in my mind, but now it's like my own
Yeah.
thing. So
What made you fall in love with it?
I think I always liked it, and my dad and I always talk about this because he he would always like put me against the hardest people in class. And I don't remember as a kid ever getting a submission. Like I don't remember like I'm sure if I like got an armbar or something or choked someone out, I would have been like, yo, this is fun. But I was just the one getting like dogged on because I was like, my dad's like, oh, go against that guy, go against that girl. They're really good. And I would just get messed up. And that's fine. But I didn't even really have a taste of like, oh, the practices are paying off, like this is kind of fun. So I think when I went back and like sort of remembered, and I like wrestled in high school, so I like sort of just remembered what it's like to be on the mat, and then like I had more fun with it because I was just training with a bunch of people and doing it on my own
I
terms.
love that. Paige,
Yeah.
was there a moment that you fell in love with jujitsu? Over MMA, maybe?
Yeah, I was doing MMA and I was training with Liz Carmouche, and Liz is just a
I love
beast.
it. Me too.
I girl that was just like the cream of the crop, and I was having the worst time. Like I was getting punched in the face and I just didn't even know how to protect myself. But then I'd go to jujitsu class and I was like laughing, having a great time. So my background is within water polo. I played water polo in high school. So
Mm,
like jujitsu and water polo are kind of the same thing. It's like a swimming sport. Like they say jujitsu is like swimming
yeah.
and boxing like running.
Okay.
And it was really, really easy for me to do this. I played softball too growing up, and I was always trying to cleat the girls. So it was like, it was missing from my life,
Yeah.
like being in a fight. So I'm just happy I was able to find jujitsu when I did.
Yeah.
I'm grateful I didn't find it when I was 30.
How
Yeah,
how old were you?
I was 24.
Okay. How old are you now?
I am 32.
Okay,
I'm
you're
going to
still
be 30.
super young.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if I were to start at 30, my ambition to be like a pro athlete
Mm-hmm.
would happen because it's now coming into fruition after 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So then, like, maybe if I was 30, I could do it when I was 40, but I'd like to have a family.
For sure.
Maybe if that works itself out one day.
Yeah.
So,
Is that something you guys both want?
oh, yeah, yeah. We love kids. We love being around kids. We definitely want to see what our kids look like, but we have a career path. Like he's pursuing MMA. He doesn't want to stop his life.
Mm-hmm.
He feels like he wants to be there for the kids and for myself too. Like he wants to be there for me, and
Yeah.
he wants me to reach those heights those goals that I've been aiming for.
What would your fear about becoming a mother be right now?
Just having to take that time off.
Yeah.
The time is everything. Like we are training so much. Like Rana and I train twice a day, and she's teaching kids. I'm teaching women, but it's like, if we throw a kid in there, I'm going to have to be carrying it on my back, telling everybody, hey, bring your kid so my kid can hang out.
Seriously. Why are you
it's
only
just,
teaching women?
I do teach kids. I kind of fill in when I can. It's just the Legion program with the children. It was really hard for me when people would call out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have people call out like every week. And so then I'd be like, I have 30 kids to myself, and I'd get really, really anxious.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really wanted to focus on competing too. So I was like, why don't I just focus on building the women's
Mm-hmm.
program? And then competing or weightlifting during those times
Yeah.
for kids, and they already had enough people to cover the kids classes. So in the future I would love to get back to kids, but it's like right now while I'm competing, it's really hard to be a coach, and I think I can only do it for the women right now.
Really? So you're not even teaching any like mixed classes or anything?
No, I don't teach any mixed classes right now. I only fill in for Sloan when he takes off.
How come?
And there's just not enough room. There's not enough space on there for like everyone to teach. We have like so many instructors at Legion, and they're like the best instructors around. Like Sloan's amazing with Nogi.
Yeah.
Andres is now running CLA and teaching gi classes. Like, and then we have Jake who teaches the night classes. I used to teach 7:30 p.m. class. It was a beginner Nogi, but
Mm.
like my man is home and I'm the one cooking, and so it's like you have to find the balance. You can only be at the gym for so long.
Really? Because
So
I'm there all the time.
I know,
But I
I
also
know
don't
that's the,
cook. So my husband
okay.
no, my husband does all the meal prepping.
Lucky, lucky,
No, I'm
lucky.
super lucky. I don't know how I did get so lucky. Jonathan does all the meal prep in our house. I don't think I would
Oh, so
actually
nice.
eat an entire like a meal if it wasn't for him. I would just, I don't know, eat like a piece of chicken and that would be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But you have to, like, that's what keeps, like, someone has to do that. Someone has to fill in and,
Mhm.
and make your home feel like a home.
Yeah,
That's what food is. It's love. Like,
for sure.
yeah, like we love when people cook for us. Like I love when Sloan cooks for me and I cook for him, but we kind of like do it for each other.
Did you just go do something with bread?
Yes. Speaking of cooking, so I'm trying to make these like sandwich loaves. I don't know. I went to the store, and bought some yeast, and bought some flour.
Why
Love it.
why is
I had
bread
to turn my bread.
why is bread baking so popular within the jujitsu ladies right now?
I don't know. I honestly have no clue, but my mom has a sourdough starter and she's super into it. And I actually made like hamburger buns a couple weeks ago and they were really good. So I was like, I'll just try it out. And I found a recipe online. But it does take some time, which is annoying because I have to leave for work in like 15 minutes and I had to cut the resting time a little bit short.
We had a girl come into the gym. You guys know Carmel? She trains at Atos. She came
Yeah,
in
she,
with her
her
bread.
husband,
She brought her bread dough to knead it and let it rise at the gym while she was training.
you better be washing those
Girl,
hands.
she did.
Some ringworm bread right there.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I train
the
with
recipe.
Carmel too. She goes to Victory
She's amazing. She's
sometimes.
so fantastic. I love training
She's
with her.
really
Yeah, I
good.
love training with her.
Yeah, I mean,
Paige, what I know when I'm teaching women, like women's self-defense and bringing women into the sport, I'm doing it because I want them to feel the empowerment that I feel. Like the first time I taught, I was like, "Oh my god, I have to go find every single woman that I can possibly meet and help them feel this empowerment." What's your mission? What's your thing? Like when you are teaching women, what is it that you use to bring them into the sport? What it is that you want to teach them?
I think as we get older and we become adults, we literally think like we are in this world alone. Like we're not, like I only feel the way that I feel and no one knows how I feel. And when you train jujitsu and then you get to touch people, you get to squeeze them, try and choke them, you get to fail, like you get to realize like that you I want everyone to know like we're all the same. Like it's hard for me to put it into words because I'm still trying to figure it out, but it's like I want girls to be kids again. I
Mhm.
want them to play, I want them to wrestle, I want them to try, I want them to fail. I don't want them to judge themselves. And when I started jujitsu, I had this like crazy internal dialogue where I was like, oh my God, I'm the worst person in the world. And sometimes it still creeps in today, but then I have to like counteract that with positivity. And I look at everybody else today, like even the women that come into train or they're watching their husbands train, they won't even look at me. They just are like, they're closed off. And I'm just trying to get everyone to
Yeah.
connect because in jiu-jitsu, when you're on the mat, you look at someone or a girl, and if they make eye contact, you're like, oh, we rolling? Okay, we're rolling, right? But in the real world, you look at someone, they look away, like, or you smile at them, they don't want to smile back at you. And I'm just trying to I feel like if everybody trained, they would be more aware of each other.
Yeah.
And that's all that I want. I know it's about empowerment, but I know I'm not going to beat up a dude, really. Like, my man, I used to think I was going to beat him up, but
I mean, Sloan
it's really.
is a pretty massive dude. Like, he's not, I would say he's average, but you're also built like a superhero. So don't tell
Yeah.
me that there aren't dudes that you can beat up, because there are some dudes that I can beat up and I'm like a midget. So
But even even today, like, I love training with the girls. Like, the girls, they look at me and they're like, I don't know if you want to roll with me. I'm like, what do you mean?
yeah.
I always want to roll with you. I don't want to roll with these guys.
Even, I mean, but come on, don't act like you don't give them heat.
Yeah, I do. But then, dang, girl, my neck, my back. We gotta take care of our bodies. And sometimes these
Seriously.
boys, they bring it.
Yeah.
Like, I might beat them up once, and then they're ready for me the second time.
I always tell people, like, anytime anybody does anything flashy, what do you guys think as a coach? Like, somebody will do something flashy, like one of my guys will go find a buggy choke variation or just some shit on the internet, and they'll bring it in, and I'm like, okay, here's the thing, that will work for you once, and then after that, it's probably not going to work again. So go do your flashy thing once, go get your highlight, but it's not going to work after that.
Mm.
So what do you do when you need to feel girly? Because both of you, because I know there are times that I have to come home and, I'm like super in my masculine alpha, like running a gym, yelling at dudes type vibe, and I need to come home and be like, I want to be a girl. So what do you guys do when you need to feel that?
Paige, you can go.
Honestly, I brush my hair. Like, I try to do things that make myself feel good. I love clothes too. Like, I like to look hot.
Yeah.
Although, you know,
Here.
but and yeah, and cooking too. Like, I like cooking meals and preparing, but I don't know, like, being a girl on the mat, I try to, like, blend in.
To what?
I just try to be like a girl's girl on the
Yeah.
mat. I'm not.
But like I'm myself, I wear pink. Like when you walk into the gym, you're never like, "Where's Donna?" You're just like looking for like the bright flash of clothing because I'm wearing pink and being
Mm.
myself. But I feel like there is like a definite between my gym energy and my home energy. Do you feel like that?
Yeah, I don't. I
No?
have never really thought.
No? Okay. Really?
Mhm.
I've seen both of you compete. And maybe that's just like badass women. And I'm not trying to like put that on either of you, but like maybe that's just my take on it. But you feel like that you don't have that duality? Okay. Sure.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like when we're on the mat, Rana, we're just like trying to be the goofy kids, like the ones that are like not too serious, and we try to follow. Well, I personally try to follow along, but even when Coach talks, I'm always like, huh? I don't know. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, literally, and that's why I love Legion too, because like even if we don't know what's going on, like our coaches will be like, "It's fine. I'll tell you what to
For
do,
sure.
even while we're messing up." So yeah, but I think Donna, it's different because you're running the gym.
Mhm.
You're putting your cap on, and you're like, "Yo, did you pay your freaking bill? Oh, you need help?
I'm gonna
Okay."
beat them up. Don't. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm literally like, people are like, "Hey, Paige, do you know how much your privates are?" I'm like, "No, I don't. You got to go to the front desk." Because it's just, yeah, I know one day I'm gonna have to put those shoes on and
Mhm.
step into that role. But as of right now, it's like being a competitor, just kind of being fun is what makes me like jujitsu.
Yeah.
I feel like when I go in there and I'm too hard and I'm like, okay, now I'm in charge, it's just not fun. So when I run my women's classes, I'm trying to get these girls to like be okay with laughing at themselves, being okay with getting beat up,
Yeah.
and but also they're learning, and so they're enjoying it.
Is it because like physically both of you can be insanely intimidating, right?
Yeah.
Is it because of that? I understand that, Paige. If I looked like you, I would probably have to take on that persona too. I'm like a chihuahua, you know what I mean? Like a chihuahua has to let you know
Yeah,
that they're there. So,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
wait, don't you work with dogs?
Yes.
So, what kind of dog would you be if you were a dog?
Honestly, I feel like I would always say a poodle.
What?
I, okay, for a while it was a pit bull, okay,
Okay.
because I love pit bulls, but I never owned a pit bull,
Mhm.
and so as I've grown up, like, and I've dealt with dogs, like, I know poodles, they're very smart, they're very athletic, and they're very, they can look goofy. That's why I like them, because their hair can be like, they can have huge top knot.
Yeah.
You can do crazy things to them. But
They're capable of being badass dogs.
yeah, and they're actually like they're service animals too.
Poodles
So
are?
yeah.
All right. Rana, what kind of dog are
Mhm.
you?
She's a German Shepherd, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. So, what do you guys both think does give you the edge when you compete? If it's not tapping into the aggression or that thing that you thought you needed, what do you think does it?
I do, literally.
Yeah.
But Rana, you totally turn it on when you get that. Like the last heel hook you just got, that leg popped twice, and you were just like,
Yeah.
yeah. I know. I do have like this side of me of like hurting people. That's why I thought I would be so good at MMA,
Yeah.
because I really wanted, like, I grew up like very angry and like mad, and like
Why?
it was just a part of me. I, my real dad wasn't around,
Mhm.
although he did do jujitsu. So I had a stepdad, but I just didn't really get the love from my father. And so I was that bratty kid, I was that kid that was like being mean to their mom,
Mhm.
getting anything and everything because I threw a temper tantrum, because I didn't have a dad to be like, yo. So when my stepdad came along, it was like he was trying to drive that out of me and make me a better person. But over the course of my upbringing, all I wanted to do was sports. So that was my outlet. And so then I would like get angry, and like I had a lot of problems growing up. I probably shouldn't get into it here, but that's why jujitsu's just been so helpful.
Yeah.
It's helped me so much, because instead of like actually wanting to hurt someone, they tap, and then I don't have to hurt them. I don't like try and hurt people when I train with them, but when you compete, it's like you have this extra like explosiveness when you compete. You're just like boom, you blast through, and you want to take the arm, or you want to take it. And so, but yeah, yeah. I have been working on in competition releasing right away.
Okay. All right. Do you think your brain works different than other people? And here's what I mean by this question. The more time I spend around PJ Barch, who is arguably one of the best competitors in the world, I realize that
Mhm.
I think that his brain works differently than other people. I don't think there is ever a part of him that's ever satisfied. I think that
Yeah.
when he retires, he'll be like, I did that. You know what I mean? Like he'll take the moment to appreciate what he's done, but not while he's in the middle of it. Do you have that, or do you think your brain works differently, like that you aren't ever going to be satisfied until you've reached the end of it? Because I think that's what makes competitive
Oh my god.
athletes
Ye-
different.
Yeah, I think, what it comes down to, I think it's the perfectionism. I
Mhm.
think a lot of people, they
That's
grow up
exactly
with
it.
that. They want to be perfect, and if it's not perfect, they're not okay with it. But since I've been training with Rana, and just she always, like, if I'm having a bad day, she'll look at me and she'll be like, "What? It's okay. It's okay." And I'm just like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. It's okay." I can't be perfect. There's no such thing. And so when I go out to compete and everything like that, this mentality, like,
Let's
it's
see.
okay. When I go out to compete, I just have this mentality of like being grateful for where I am. Like, I'm so lucky that I get to do this.
Yeah. What do you tell yourself before? So I'm gonna back up as I ask this question. I've seen you right before your matches. Maybe specifically, I think it was ADCC Open, where the one year you're wearing the red rash guard. Was that ADCC Open? You were literally vibrating before the ref said go. And there were like your body was physically going like this,
Yeah.
and, like, it felt like Sloane was holding you back, and, like, as soon as the ref said go, you were like, "Boom!" What do you tell yourself to get to that moment? Because I have never been able to achieve that as a competitor myself, but I've seen other women do it, and I've always been like, "What the fuck? How do you do that?"
You just you literally just have belief in yourself. Like you just got to go out there and own it. No matter what.
Hold on, I'm gonna put Rana on mute.
You just got to have belief in yourself. You just got to totally like go in there and just be like, okay, this is it. This is what I literally say, let's go. We're going to go. Let's go. Like I feel like a horse or a dog behind a line. And I'm just like,
Yes! That's what it looks like, I'm telling you. You look like somebody's holding you back and you're about to, like, shoot out.
yeah. No, I realized this about myself when I fought Kuani on Who's Number One. The ref, I thought he was gonna say go. And I was like about to bust through, and then he was like telling me to scoot back. And so I got to see my energy right before I go. And my thing is just keep going, keep driving. And I think I got that from water polo. In water polo, you would hold on to the wall,
Mhm.
and then the ref would blow the whistle, and you would have to freaking sprint to catch the ball. And I was always second. I was always whole set. So my point guard would, or my sprinter would be the one who would toss the ball to me, and then I'd toss it to my point, and then I'd keep going. So I was right there. Like, and I think that just jujitsu, it's the same thing, right? When the ref blows the whistle or the ref claps his hands or says fight, it's like, go.
Mhm. So what's your routine to, like, hype yourself up for that moment?
So I like to listen to like calming music
Mhm.
in the beginning because I am so like boom, 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 boom. Like Sloan says, I'm like the Mad Max guy that's like playing the guitar.
The guy
The
that's
guy with
on
the
the front
shaved
of the
head. Yeah, he said that's me, like dun 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 dun. Dun. But I need Rana there. Like I realized this past weekend at pit fighting, like I didn't have anyone to roll with or flow with, and Rana and myself. Rana especially, she's always like, "You're the best in the world. You got this. Your technique's on fire. You're so fucking good. Like fuck that. You're gonna go out there and smash like you always do." And then that has just changed it for me. Like
She's literally your hype
realizing,
woman.
yes, it's so crazy. I didn't know that I needed that. I didn't, it's such an individual sport, but then once you have that team in the community, you're just like nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Like even when I like competed at the pit, I was like, this is off. I was like, I'm fighting Maria Rifato. I think I'm gonna get subbed. I think I'm gonna get beat up. I might get injured. And it was just my negative self-talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Is Rana saying
I know,
something?
Rana, you're on mute. Unmute yourself. Oh, yeah. Do you guys hype each other up outside of the gym too? Like if Rana is going on like a date or something, do you call her up and you're like, "You're the best in the world. You got this."
Yeah. I know it's constant. And I'm always trying to give her my clothes too because I have too many.
So, I have another question for you guys.
Yeah.
So, your bodies are very athletic. Was there ever a point in your life, Paige specifically, like you're built like a superhero? If I wanted, you know what I mean? Like if somebody was like, "What would you like your body to be like?" And I'd be like, "I want to be like Wonder Woman. I'm obsessed with Wonder Woman." Was
Uh-huh.
there ever a point in your life that you didn't like that? Or have you always been an athlete and loved the athletic build? Or was there ever a point? Because I know I had a point where I had to love myself for different reasons. Did you ever feel
Yeah.
that?
So, I've always been the athlete, but in high school, I looked at the smaller girls and I was like, man, they're so pretty and they're so little and they get picked up and I have to get dragged, and I'm just like, it's like, I'm never going to be that dainty girl. But I think once I started jujitsu, I realized like, I think my size is perfect
Yeah.
and like I feel like the other girls too feel that way. Even when they get around me, they're like, I want to be bigger, I want to be stronger, I want to be heavier. And I'm just like, yeah, don't lose weight. Why do you want to be a little toothpick? And now, like, I'm glad that I figured it out in my 30s
Yeah.
because it did take me a while to like be like, wow, I am happy to be big and strong. I mean, my mom is kind of, she has like those cap shoulders. My dad has been athletic too. So it's kind of in the genetics to look like this. Even my grandfather, he worked out too, but you know, I just, I don't know. I think jujitsu kind of shaped my body more than any other sport.
Yeah. I think it's
Yeah.
one of my favorite things about the sport when women come to me and we start talking about like weight classes and stuff. And almost accidentally, jujitsu is one of the most body positive sports because we're never like, oh, you need to like get down to a different weight class unless it's what you choose. You know what I mean? A lot of
Yeah.
people will be like, I compete better. I know I compete better in the lower weight classes, but it's more like, okay, what do you walk around at? Let's see how we can get you the strongest and the best where you're at. Never let's change who you are and change what you're already coming in with to
Mhm.
to conform to something. It's like, let's make the best performance with what we have. And I think that's one of my favorite things about jujitsu and how body positive it is.
My thing only about jujitsu though is like I know that we need weight classes
Yeah.
and everything like that. I've been beat by some small girls. Like I've been straight ankled by this like 110 girl one time, and like yeah, I tried to get her back and I couldn't, you know, but I just feel like in the women's division it's such a small community that I feel like why aren't we all just fighting each other? Like why aren't we all training together? Like
Training for
I
sure. I know competitively, I
yeah.
personally feel better in the smaller weight classes. I feel overpowered when I'm with the bigger women. And I
Yeah.
mean, it's
I
challenging,
yeah, you're right. You're right. I know. I know.
but I love when we all train together.
Yeah, I know. I feel you on that.
So what's
I
next?
know.
I know that you've got a couple things. You're going to come and be a part of my women's grappling club this weekend, but you've also got other
Yes.
stuff going on. So what's going on?
So on Saturday, on the June 28th, I'm actually teaching just a women's self-defense seminar. It's free for everyone, and it's kids are included. Just probably like 7 would be like the cutoff
Yeah.
and up, maybe 8 and up. Just I want kids to be able to pay attention and kind of understand or download the information that I'm trying to tell them. But we're going to do this every month. So it's going to be something just to where we kind of raise awareness about jujitsu. I'm going to be promoting my women's classes at Legion, but it's just like if women want to be able to defend themselves, they need to
Yeah.
train. They need to build confidence through training. And then for the women's grappling club on Sunday, like this one is mainly for like upper belt women. Me and Rana, we're going to be teaching exactly what we're going over, what like aha moments we're having. Why I love Legion is because when I first came to Legion, Keenan was like, here, let me give you Keenan Online. Let me give you JFlow's online platform. Let me do all of this for you. And I said, why? I can't pay you. I don't have any money. And he goes, no, if you get better, everyone else gets better.
Yeah.
So and so that's our thing. Like, we don't want to hide what we're learning. I want to teach people because maybe they're going to start doing it. Maybe we can just start building each other up and just getting better. That's kind of the goal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm super excited about this weekend. We do have like a packed weekend. It's crazy. We're probably going to train on Sunday
Oh
too
my
with
gosh.
Andres in the Eco at 11 a.m. Donna, you're always welcome to come down for that too.
Thank you. I would love
Bring
to.
any of your girls because it's a Legion class, but I'm like, we got to get the girls in there. I'm trying to get all girls from every affiliation.
Yeah.
So,
What happens in your women's self-defense seminars? I've been teaching women's self-defense for almost 10 years now. And I've
yeah.
created my own style and the things that I talk about. What are the things that you talk about in your women's self-defense classes?
Okay. First thing is like situational awareness. Like, if you feel something, trust your gut. Number one. If you see a guy walking and you're a little eerie and he looks eerie and you're like, okay, go walk to the other side of the street. Don't be on your phone. Always look men in the eye. Like, let them know, like, hey, I see you. That's like number one.
Always, yes.
Look them in the eye. That's number one. Okay. Then after that, it's just, I know self defense can get a little sticky, right? If I'm going to fight a dude and he's coming at me, I'm going to gouge his eyes out. I'm going to kick him in his groin. I'm going to kick him in his knee. I'm going to, we're getting animalistic. But let's say for there's all the other areas too. We have to learn how to get back up to our feet. We have to learn how to take somebody down. We have to learn how to break grips. If someone grabs a body lock, what are we looking for? How are we making ourselves heavy? Like, that's just, the self-defense portion. But I'm also letting these girls know, like, sometimes you're going to have to get pretty violent.
Yeah.
It's real. I'm sorry. I can't say anything else. Like, it's just how it is. But I am teaching like jujitsu, sport jujitsu stuff to get them excited, and I want to make it fun.
What's your favorite moment of teaching?
When we do like live sparring and I get to roll with everybody, and then when the girls go, oh no, when they come up to me, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you never know. You could choke me. And like they surprise themselves. So those are those moments when they do well
Yeah.
against me, when they doubt themselves,
Yes.
because I want to know like anything can happen in jujitsu, girl. So that's kind of my favorite.
Yeah. Rana, what's your favorite moment of teaching? Yeah. My
Mhm.
favorite too is when they doubt themselves and then you show them that they can do something and they're like, no, I couldn't do that. I can't do that. And then they do it and you see the light bulb go off behind their eyes and you're like, see?
It's jujitsu. It doesn't
It
lie.
doesn't.
Like the technique. That's why it's so hard to get a black belt. You have to put in the time. It's all about timing. And with that timing, then you start learning how to teach. I remember being a white belt trying to teach and I would get in trouble, but I'm like, hey, I'm getting reps on teaching.
Eddie made me start teaching when I was a blue belt. It was
Yeah,
terrifying. But I think
I
that
know.
that is what made me a good coach today. And I think that is, I've done enough reps as a coach that I think I've developed that skill set. And
Mhm.
it really can only come from doing it and like having moments where you're a bad coach and you didn't do a good job with it. And then finding the moments where you're like, you hit it and you teach somebody something and you see them not only internalize it, but then turn around and use it. And you're like, yeah, I'm good at this.
We just love jujitsu. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's totally biased over here.
totally.
Totally.
Yeah, I don't think people understand it. People are like, "Oh, I love pickleball too," and you're like, "It's not the same thing."
Yeah,
I can't explain
no.
it. You have to come do it. You have to come feel the obsession that comes with it, and it's because it's a never-ending lesson, right? I've
Mm,
been doing jujitsu for 17 years, and I'm still learning stuff. 17 years,
that's crazy.
really consistently training, and I'm
That's so,
still learning stuff.
yeah. Aw, that's a valuable
That is a
lesson
huge
because
lesson.
it's nobody's journey.
No.
Like, we're not in a rush to get there.
No, and it's not something that you can teach people either. Like, when you're trying to tell people and they're like, "Oh, I want my blue belt," and you're like, "Yeah, I wanted it too, and I cared about it too, but now that I'm at the end of it, it's so hard to teach people, like, it doesn't matter." It it the jujitsu doesn't lie because I've been tapped out by a white belt. Yeah, I can still get tapped out by a white belt, that black belt doesn't protect me from that, and it also doesn't stop
Yeah,
the fact that I'm still learning stuff.
totally. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think what your toolbox is. I think at some point, maybe it's around the purple belt where you have like a specific amount of time on the mats and you've learned a solid foundation of techniques. Then at that point, all it is you personalizing it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're still evolving?
Hell yeah. Constantly.
Who's Paige now as compared to when you first got your black belt?
Man, it's only been a year, but
Which is
I
crazy, by the
definitely,
way.
yeah, it's only been a year, but I just have so much more confidence in myself, even when I'm teaching, I think. Like, I feel like I can run a co ed class. I can run them all. Whereas before I was like, I was like panicking, I was like, okay, let me go watch an instructional and see. And like, I still watch instructionals. I'm still learning. I mean, that's what it is. Like, just because you're a black belt, that doesn't mean you know everything. So it's just understanding, like, yeah, if I don't know something, I'll let people know too. Like, yeah, I don't really know. Maybe ask Andres or ask Sloan or, Miha, Keenan. And I just always throw names out there if I don't know.
Mhm.
And I think that, like, the confidence, it really, once you get your black belt, you're like, yeah, I'm meant to be here. But I think you always know it too, all along. Like, once you start training, you know if you want a black belt or not.
Yeah.
You know what it takes. Like, you're going to have to work for it. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, I agree with that. Rana, before we lose you, because I know you're going to work soon, what
Mhm.
does everybody need to know about Paige? I do. I mean, I've been around Paige. I know I love her.
I love you guys. Thank you.
Paige, how can people find you if they want to train with you, if they want to follow you, anything?
Yeah, so Legion's an open gym. We always have Legion open mats every Sunday from noon to 3. If you want to just check out the facility or see what we're doing, we have an ecological class at 11 a.m. on Sunday. Sunday's like the day to go. But you can find me on social media. I am on Instagram. I'm working on my YouTube, but Paige Ivette is the handle.
Do you offer private lessons and like online training?
Yeah, I do private lessons. I haven't gotten to the online platform yet, but I plan on teaching more seminars and just kind of like bringing my energy to more people and kind of building the community as I go.
Yeah. Rana, how can people find you?
Yeah, it didn't work.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Queen of the city, right? Ooh, nice. Wait, you
Mm.
guys are both on the same bracket?
Yeah,
What's gonna happen when you meet?
we're gonna fucking bang it out when we get there. We're literally, Rana was like, yeah, we want matches, but then also too, like if we see each other at the end, like it's for both of us. We make it and there's a cash prize. I mean, I don't get anywhere without her, and if we both make it, it's like we're gonna go to these competitions together and just use that money to like help support us. That's really why we want to compete and make money, is so we can do more.
I love it. Okay, one more question for you, Paige. What's
Okay,
your mission?
my mission is to, this is something I've been working on, but my mission is to just build awareness about jujitsu and the benefits, how it can create a community. Like, I think that that's what everyone's lacking. People say they have to build a community when they have children, and like it takes a village to raise them. But then why not? What about the people that don't have kids or the ones that are trying to make kids? Like, you need to know a doctor or a plastic surgeon or like a, sorry, not a
I
plastic
mean,
surgeon.
maybe you
Maybe you need,
do.
but you know what I mean? Like, when you do jujitsu, you're hanging out with everyone. You're hanging out with the doctors, the lawyers, the McDonald's workers. Like, you're realizing you're just the same. So my goal is just to get more people involved. I really want it to be in schools so that we don't have kids beating each other up and punching each other. They can just go to PE and wrestle it out, or like do jujitsu. But yeah, I just that's my goal, is just to raise, I want more people to know about jujitsu and its benefits and what it does for people.
I couldn't agree
It's
more.
like therapy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's therapy.
yeah, I couldn't agree
Really.
more. I actually, here's my controversial phrase of the day or whatever. I think the world becomes a more peaceful place the more people do combat sports.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't want to fight.
No,
I don't want to fight somebody in the street.
no. The more you learn how
When
to
I was
fight,
younger.
yeah, the more you learn about
Yeah.
fighting, the more you know what it's really like, the less you want to fight. But also, in addition to that, there's a healthy place to go take it out. You don't need to fight somebody on the street when you just fought off death for an hour in the gym.
Yeah. No, for sure. I know.
That's my hot take.
You're the best,
You're
Donna.
the
I
best.
want to do this again.
Absolutely.
We
Anytime,
got it.
Rana. Next time, Paige is going to be your hype woman. We're going to talk all about you. I can't wait to have you guys at my gym at 10 Planet South Bay this weekend for the Women's Grappling Network. Can't wait to see what you guys are teaching. And I appreciate all the good energy that you guys bring to our sport and the women of our sport, and how we can all watch you guys as competitors and cheer for you and still be on your squad, even when you guys are competing against us and with us.
Absolutely, girl. We're in it together. We rise together.
Thank you, ladies. Have a great day. Have a great training session, and I will see you both soon.
Thank you. Love
Love
you.
you.
Bye.